Hello and welcome everybody to 1994. 1994, Ernie Els, US Open, hello, Olazabal won the Masters. But for me, 1994 stands out as like a landmark like movie year. It's like 1984 at E.T. But in 1994, it was Forrest Gump, which I didn't get as a, kind of a teenager. I was like, for me, it was all like, yeah, I guess Jenny's kind of cute. That was me as a teenager. Like, that's what Forrest Gump was. And later in life, you realize, oh, it's about a generation. That movie defines the baby boomers. That's their generation. And I didn't get that at first, but later in life, I was like, oh, wow, they packaged that nicely into this Forrest Gump concept and idea and character. The movie that stood out to me, The Mask. Cameron Diaz, Jim Carrey, Roadkill, peels him. Look, Mom, Roadkill. Squeeze gently. I think he's trying to communicate. When the car's honking at him. Ooga! Kids, don't watch The Mask, 1994. It doesn't necessarily hit with today's generation, with today's kids. Speaking of hitting with today's kids, what a sweet segue into The Great Big Bertha. Will this thing still hit, even though it's massive and has this ridiculous 90s top line, and it's wearing Janko jeans? Let's get it under the microscope and figure this thing out. Easy to recognize from this kind of bulbous, round plastic label. Callaway, Callaway USA, Big Bertha Iron. Pretty cool. I like the shape of that. It's in this deep cavity, which is pretty deep, and it's undercut. Can you see how it gets underneath there? Maximize perimeter weighting in MOI. The sole is the big difference here between this and the 1996 model. The iron number is on the sole by the toe, whereas in the 96, the iron number is in the scallop right here. Leading edge looks very forgiving. And the S2H2, short, straight, hollow hosel right here. Bore through, pretty small. Looking at the toe profile, it is quite a large brick, as you can see from a dress here. It's like two faces. It's like this thing is so massive. It's huge. Long extruded face, iron number, no nonsense grooves, black plastic ferrule, very plain. It almost looks like a rubber O-ring, but the Callaway is plastic, although I've seen shaft replacements where they use a rubber O-ring for the ferrule. And what do we have? That's right, a Memphis 10. True temper, Callaway branded label right here. 1994, I put this on here just to remind me what year. Aftermarket, tour wrap style rubber golf pride grip. Looks pretty straightforward and massive. Let's take this brick out on the range and see how it feels. On the range, this feels like a normal golf club. It's just like an golf club. Pick one. It just feels like it. It looks a little bit different. Does it represent the 90s to you? Would you put this in your 90s bag? If you were to build a 90s set, was this number one on your list? As for me, we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. So let's talk a little bit about this era. So Ping I dominated. Ping I 2 was even more dominant. People are winning championships with it. The stores are having trouble keeping them in stock. It's just raining Ping I2s. Everybody's buying them. It's an icon of golf, and that's what a golf club was back in the 80s and 90s, a Ping I2. And Callaway is there at the fence peeking over, just like, look at all these golf clubs selling. We want a piece of this pie. And so the top brass get together, and they're in a meeting room, and they're in a conference room, and they're looking, and they're thinking, and they're just like, what's the pinnacle of golf club design? And they're like, somebody pipes up. They're like, I know. Midtown, the Chrysler Building. And so they make a mold of the Chrysler Building and start pouring stainless steel. Enough stainless steel to like encase Rhode Island in stainless steel. And they're like, more stainless steel. And then they put a stick on it and it's almost unhittable. And they're like, let's put it on sale and we'll call it the Big Bertha. And that's what they did. And it's big. Like, I've hit a lot of irons in my day. A lot. Blades. Oh, this looks like a blade. Oh, this looks like a stainless steel iron. And they all start to blend together. It's just like they all start looking the same. They're just like, all right, here's another forged blade. Another stainless steel cavity back. Another stainless steel cavity back. And this mixes up that monotony. When I look down at this, I do a double take. I'm like, what? Am I holding it right? Am I playing cricket? Look at the size of this thing. And then, sure enough, it feels fine. But let's talk about golf clubs from the 90s that I think I would want to build a set around. Number one on the list is the Ping Eye 2. Boring. That's the club that represents the 90s. Exactly. That's the one. It's like you ask, well, who's the best basketball player in the world? You're going to get the same answers. Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. Same answers, all right? So for me, it's Ping Eye 2. And for me personally, it's the Ping Zing. Well, what about the Titanic titanium irons? What about the Tommy Armour titanium? What about the Tommy Armour 845S? What about the 845S oversized and the 845S titanium? What about Woods Brothers? There's a lot of irons that I think are fascinating in the 90s that I'm way more interested in than good old Bertha here. But as far as a unique hitting experience, yeah, this offers it. So does the Ping Zing. But this offers something interesting to look at. So is it in my top 10? Yeah, it might squeak into that top 10. But 10 iron sets, that's a lot of 90s golfing right there. So I'm not sure this is going to make it. For me personally. And the most interesting comment I'm fishing for here, if you've gamed a set of these since 1994 and they're still working, they look pretty durable. Rhode Island is still here. These should still be here. Rhode Island has been there before 1994 and it's still... Thank you so much to my patrons. I really appreciate your support. If you are not on Patreon and you want to support this channel, you can support me on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. Just follow that link and make a purchase on Amazon, and it goes to help this channel. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you so much for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.